Net zero by 2050. It's the global ambition. But how do we get there? And how can carbon credits be part of the solution? Throughout my career, I've seen how markets shift, risks emerge, and how the right insurance solutions can give businesses the confidence to move forward. That experience matters, especially in a space as dynamic and complex as carbon credits. Here at Lockton, we've been recognised as industry leaders in the field of carbon credits, an accolade that reflects our rich expertise and commitment to building innovative solutions. Today, we're here to break down what carbon credits are, how they work, and how insurance can protect their value, while strengthening their role in global climate action. Back in 2015, almost every country in the world signed up to the Paris Agreement, committing to limit global warming and eventually reach net zero emissions. Since then, governments, businesses and investors have all been racing to cut carbon. But here's the reality. Some emissions are just unavoidable. Think about air travel, cement production or heavy industry. Even the most sustainable businesses can't cut everything out. That's where carbon offsetting comes in, allowing organisations to take responsibility for those unavoidable emissions by investing in projects that reduce or remove carbon elsewhere on the planet. Carbon credits are relevant across every industry, from tech and finance to farming, retail, manufacturing and beyond. So what exactly is a carbon credit? At its simplest, one carbon credit is equal to the reduction or removal of 1 tonne of carbon dioxide. But credits aren't just a number on a page. Each one represents a real-world climate action project. There are 2 main markets where credits are traded: the compliance market, which is regulated. Here, governments set legal limits on emissions, and companies that exceed them need to buy credits to stay compliant. Then there's a voluntary carbon market. This is where businesses and individuals choose to buy credits to meet their sustainability goals or to strengthen their ESG commitments, even when they're not legally required to. Together, these markets create billions of dollars in investment for climate solutions. So what's the difference between a credit and an offset? A carbon offset is the action, the actual project that removes or avoids emissions. That might be planting a new forest, protecting the existing one, or building renewable energy or investing in technologies that capture carbon from the air and store it underground. Once a project is developed, it's certified and verified. Carbon credits are then issued and enter the market. Those credits can be sold and traded, sometimes multiple times. Eventually, the end buyer will claim the benefit by retiring the credit against their own emissions. The key takeaway? Each credit has a story behind it, but also a chain of risks. But this is where it gets complicated. Across that life cycle, things can go wrong. A forest planted to store carbon could later burn in a wildfire. A project might not capture as much carbon as it promised. Regulatory frameworks can change, suddenly making credits invalid. Or even worse, fraudulent credits might enter the system. These risks create uncertainty, and uncertainty makes buyers, sellers and investors nervous. If we want carbon credit markets to scale, those risks need to be managed. That's where insurance comes in. Carbon insurance is still relatively new, but it's growing fast. Right now, there are around 8 specialist products designed to protect the entire carbon credit lifecycle. Some cover project performance, making sure a project delivers the credits it promises. Others cover delivery risk, in case credits aren't handed over on time. There's insurance against invalidation, if regulators or verifiers later decide credits don't meet standards. There's protection against political risk, like sudden regulatory changes. And there are even products covering reversal risk, when stored carbon gets released back into the atmosphere. Together, these projects provide a safety net, giving confidence to everyone involved in carbon markets. But beyond protection, insurance also acts as a mark of validation. Every project requires ongoing monitoring, reporting and verification. Essentially, an independent check that strengthens trust in the credits themselves. By combining risk transfer with rigorous due diligence, insurance helps build a more credible, transparent and resilient carbon market. And that confidence is what ultimately allows capital to flow, projects to scale, and carbon credits to deliver on their promise of real climate impact. And the need is truly global. Insurance solutions aren't just for credit buyers, they're relevant for sellers and project developers, lenders and investors backing climate projects, trading houses and exchanges, registries and offset generators. Essentially, if you touch a carbon credit in any way, you face risks, and insurance can help you manage them. By providing security, insurance makes the whole market more attractive, scalable and investable. Carbon credits are an essential tool in reaching net zero, but without safeguards against project underperformance, reversals or regulatory change, their effectiveness is undermined. That's why carbon insurance is so important. It provides critical protection for buyers, sellers and investors, ensuring that when the unexpected happens, financial and reputational losses are contained. So next time you hear about carbon credits, remember, it's not just about balancing the books. It's about building trust in a market that's critical to our planet's future. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how carbon insurance works and why it's shaping the future of climate finance, reach out to our team here at Lockton.